So I wanted to bring you dolls an updated perm rod routine. My last perm rod routine was what, like 6 months ago? Like, I was long overdue to bring you dolls an updated perm rod routine. So that's what I'm doing now. So my hair is already washed, deep conditioned, moisturized, and sealed. All I have to do is add my styler. I already washed it, deep conditioned it, applied my leave-in, sealed it with some Jamaican black castor oil. And as you can see, my hair is already sectioned. I have 8 sections. You guys know I always divide my hair in 4, and then I split each one of those sections in half. So I have 8 altogether. And now we are about to put some perm rods in this thing. Now this video is gonna be more focused on my perm rod itself and not so much the products. So if you do wanna know what I use, I'll definitely have all the products that I'm using today linked below. But like I said, I've already been moisturized, sealed, cleansed, all that good stuff. So we're gonna start to put these in now. With my perm rod sets lately, I've been doing really clean parts. I take my rat tail comb and I do clean parts all over my head. And by doing clean parts, I noticed that my hair and my scalp does not have as much tension on it. When your parts are all squiggly and it's a little bit of hair pulling from here, a little bit of hair pulling from up here, you can get a lot of tension on your scalp. And the last time I did a perm rod set and I didn't have clean parts, my scalp was literally aching. So this time around, I'm doing clean parts, and I have definitely noticed a difference in doing that. Clean parts is definitely a key. Starting with the back. All right, so I'm gonna part this section in half. Clip that away. I'm gonna apply my styler. I'm gonna take my rat tail and go straight down. So I have 2 sections. It's a little extra water. I like to make sure that it's nice and wet, not damp. I like it to be wet. Another thing I've been doing differently is using my detangling brush to smooth my hair, and this has definitely given me a way smoother curl. And then I even take my fine tooth comb and just go over the ends to make sure those are smooth too. I take my rod, starting from where the string is. I'm gonna start on that side and wrap it around. And I'm gonna roll up and then begin to twist. So starting with the string end, I'm gonna put that on, wrap it around, make sure those ends are smooth. All right, then I'm just gonna coil it upwards all the way to my root. Come on, why isn't this going in? Okay. Split in half, and then I'm gonna take my detangling brush. And if I feel any bumps, I'm just gonna take that fine tooth comb and run through it. Splitting this in half again. My neck is like hurting so bad right now. I'm looking at myself like, yo, why is your chin touching your shoulder? So one section down, I have 8 orange rods. Now we're gonna move on to the front. I'm gonna part this in half again. Making sure that's a clean part. Even if they're not exactly like super straight, that's fine. As long as your parts don't look like a mountain and it's not squiggly and up and down, you should be good. So now for the very top section, so these two sections, I'm gonna part in half. All right. Once I have this in half, I'm gonna split it in half again. Usually when I do my perm rods, I have them all going down this way, but I noticed since my hair hit waist length, the shape is a little off and I missed that volume that I used to have on top. So when I do it going this way, it's not as much volume on top and it more just hangs down to the side of my head. So I noticed that when I part it this way, and just do everything going forward, that's what gives me that volume up here without having to cut my hair. I did start to lose a little volume because my hair was pretty much weighed down because of the length. So I noticed that doing it forward like this definitely gives me that volume again. The front looking good, so these three are coming down, and then the very top section, I have these four coming straight forward.
What's up, man?
What's up, puppy? It's dry. It looks darker?
I just hit the dry.
Oh.
Promise I'm not cocky. I just know I can you right. Give me the time, place, baby. I will make you last all night with you. I don't know what you put on. I rolled up when I woke up. I wrote more if you want some.
I took almost all of them out already. The takedown is really simple. Finish taking these out so that we can separate and get these curls going. Separating is really my favorite part. That's when this all comes to life. So this is what I'm gonna use to separate. This is like my all-time favorite oil for separating my curls, my braid out, separating my hair, period. This is the perfect oil to separate with minimal frizz. I need a clip. The way that I separate my hair now, I take my time with it and I definitely separate the curls way more. I'm gonna do it section by section, so I'm just gonna start at the bottom and then work my way up. Get my oil. I use very little. I use just enough to coat my hands. So first, I just like to run some of the oil down the curls. Oh, that shrinkage is wild, like seriously. But anyway, take the curl and separate, then twist. And I'm taking small pieces. You see these pieces are not large at all. Normally don't like first day hair at all because of how shrunken up it is, but separating it in smaller pieces definitely gets rid of a lot of that shrinkage. All right, so I just separated this 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I really just do it that much? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went from separating 2 to 3 times to 7 times. And this makes such a difference. I'm gonna separate each curl at least 4 times. You don't have to separate every single curl 6 to 7 times. Depending on how thick or thin your hair is, I would definitely suggest separating it at least 4 times. Also, pay attention to what direction you're coiling your hair in. On this side, I am coiling away from my face, but on this side, I was coiling towards my face. And I'm also separating my curls where they naturally want to separate, and that's another thing that's going to help you avoid as much frizz as possible. You can see where it's naturally separating. So that's a curl right there. That's 2 curls right there. See a gap right in here. So just follow where your hair naturally wants to separate. Another thing that I do differently now, instead of waiting till all the curls are separated, I'm gonna start picking section by sections. For the back, I'm going downwards because I want that length and don't want all the shrinkage. The few new steps that I do with my perm rods definitely made such a difference because I was this close to cutting my hair because it grew out so much that my perm rod sets they weren't looking the same. They didn't have the same volume. My hair just grew out and seemed to be weighed down. These new steps definitely kept me from cutting unnecessary inches off of my hair while still keeping my definition and the look of my perm rods that I like. No, towards my face, right? Okay. No, you see how it's crinkled up? That's how I know it's going in the wrong direction. So I need to go away from my face, and that helps. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick, oil, separate, pick, oil, separate, pick for each section. So once I get to these top sections, the same way that I installed the rods, where I showed you dolls how I have them coming forward, is the same way I'm gonna separate them. Because this is looking so good right now. Like, come on, these curls are looking right. They looking right over here, okay? Curls like this make me feel complete. All right, curls like this, like, I don't know why I stayed away from perm rod sets for so long. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to my hair, I got to a point where I was obsessed with wash and goes. I felt like that's what people supported. I felt like the girls who had the wash and go and, you know, whose hair was just always in that perfect wash and go and had those perfect 2B type 3 curls. I felt like that's what people were giving their attention to. I messed up by thinking that I need to switch my game plan and switch up what I do because of what someone else is doing. And listening to myself admit that now, it's like, really, girl? Like, come on, you should have known better. No matter what you're doing, no matter what field you're in, this isn't just hair and Instagram, but no matter what lane you're in, you need to focus on your lane and what's ahead of you. You busy putting energy into looking at other people, and that same energy could go into bettering your business or your life or your career. And don't get me wrong, I love my wash and goes too. But what does Anne Marie like? What does Cool Calm Curly thrive off of? What do my dolls love to see? I literally went almost a whole month without posting. And I was just trying to figure out what I want to do. What do I like about my hair? What do I want to do with my hair? What type of videos and what type of content ideas do I want to bring to you? Because for a minute, I did get caught up watching other people and comparing. And that's the worst thing you could do. The worst thing you could do is compare yourself and your struggle and your journey to someone else's. Because what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them, and what's for her is for her, and what's for him is for him. And you can't focus on other people. Like, why even waste the time and the energy, you know? And excuse me if I'm rambling. I'm just, you know, letting y'all know what's up and what's on my mind while I was away for a while, because y'all let me have it every time I stay away for too long. You guys let me know. Y'all hit my snap, my DMs. But moral of the story is, what's for you is for you, and what's for everyone else and what's for them is for them. And what's for them is for them, but it's also none of your concern. If you take anything from this video, besides how to do a bomb perm rod set, know that comparison is the thief of joy, and that you're only hurting yourself and slowing up your own journey and your growth by paying attention to other people. I don't want to ramble, make this a rant, but just focus on you and bettering your craft and what you do and making it better, and just being a better version of you, and let everyone be a better version of them. And that's that. All right, so everything is separated, fluffed. Well, we're gonna fluff a little more, but this is where we're at right now. So now I'm gonna pick the top. I'm starting right here, and see that? I come all the way to the front and upwards. So, and I like to round it out a bit more too. I don't like it to look so boxy. So I'm gonna go back in and just pick down the shaft of my hair. And that's gonna bring the shape out and round this out a little more. For my bangs, I'm just gonna push this back a bit. I wish y'all could feel it though. My hair is so soft and moisturized. I'm just gonna continue picking until I have the volume and the shape that I want, because I don't only pick for volume, I pick a lot for shape too. So that's why I pull certain parts out to create that shape. Just want it rounded out a bit. And this right here is day one hair. I am so in love. So at night, I like to pineapple with my satin bonnet, but I'll get more into my night routine in a second. He said, what's that? He said, just it came from inside. It's like, So here is the finished look. This is my day one hair, but this right here, this is day 4. And of course I recorded for you dolls. I actually uploaded a week in the life of my hair where I show you exactly what I do every single day to get my perm rod sets to last the whole week. So if you want to see that, definitely click the cards above, or you can click the description down below and check out a week in the life of my hair. And I will catch you dolls in the next upload. Bye.